I pinned where my family is from. My roots are from Iran. And we're going to go take a cool tour of the refugee camp and see how the refugees got to America from their countries. Hey everybody, this is Sarah on Miko TV. It's Dose of Diversity. We're here today at the World Refugee Day, and we're going to take you on a nice little tour of, it's a refugee simulation, right? Yeah. Simulation? Okay. And you're going to take us on our little tour. What's your name?
Steven.
Nice to meet you. Okay, so tell us, what is this?
This is the refugee simulation. The purpose of this is to reflect what a refugee would go through as they were fleeing their home country from persecution. So the country that we're at right now is the Democratic Republic of Congo. There's 4 different countries that you can pick. We're going to go through the story of a man from the Democratic Republic of Congo, and each person who goes through the simulation would pick their own card, and they would be able to read that story as they go through that simulation. So this is child, adolescent, woman, and man, and the color represents the country that you're from. So there's 4 different potential countries that you could use, and within that you can experience a different story. So you're going to use your card throughout the simulation to read your story. So in this case, with the red card and a man, we would read the story of a man from the Democratic Republic of Congo.
I'm a man. I'm family grouping. I'm 25 years old. I had a father, mother, and 4 siblings at one point. Family separation. My father and older brother were killed in the first Congolese Civil War in 1996. They were civilians. Since then, we have had a second war, Africa's World War, and from then, an endless cycle of violence. I am the oldest, so I was the only one left to help my mother take care of my 3 younger brothers and sister.
This is based off of interviews that we've done with refugees in the past. This isn't literally a true story, but it's very reflective of what a refugee would experience during their trials of escaping their country. So now that we've learned our background and our story, we're going to go through the escaping our country.
All right, women, family separation, 2 major wars, and still the violence does not seem to end. My 3 daughters and I were violated in front of our family members. There was no protection.
Before we can leave our country, we're packing up. You get to pick 1 item to take with you. So you can take a passport, your family memorabilia, food, a flashlight, or clothing, but we don't have suitcases, we don't have backpacks, because if we took any of that, people would know that we were escaping and we might get caught. So you only get 1 item just to carry with you as we're leaving. We'll probably take our passport in this case just to be extra safe. So we're getting ready to leave. We are traveling in darkness. We're in temporary shelter right now because if we travel during the day, we could get caught and we could be sent to prison. Our family members could be sent to prison. So we have to travel at night.
Flight and temporary shelter. War and constant violence has driven my family from settlement to settlement in the DRC. I was forced to flee with my family to multiple places across the country.
We can stay here for a short time, but we have to travel during the cover of darkness. So right now, we're getting to a point where we can get close to the border, but we have to cross a minefield. There are tripwires and mines all across the field. And in a lot of countries, they don't want people coming in or getting out, so they place minefields there. And if you don't know that they're there, if you touch the tripwire or the mines, you're dead. And even if you're not killed instantly, we don't have time to help you. We just have to go. I mean, it's either you or everybody. At that point, if you went to a hospital, you would be found out. So we're going to cross through the minefield, just being very careful not to touch a wire or any mines as we go through. Right. So we've made it across the minefield and we're getting close to the border to go to the refugee camp. But as you can see, there's border guards at the border. Let's read real quick what's going on right now. But after that, I'm going to go talk to the border guards on our behalf to see if we can get through.
Crossing the border. Mom says this Rwanda camp was closest, so that's where we went. There were some nice people to help us come to the camp.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the border guards if we can get through. Can you please let us through? We're trying to get away from our country right now. We're going to die if we can't get through to the refugee camp. We just need to get through, please.
We hear the same thing every day, man.
I know, but just what can we do?
Come in here with newborn babies. I turn them down.
What makes you special?
You have grown women with you.
What can I do? what can we give you? Like, what do you want?
What do you have?
I have a passport. It's a good one. It'll get you where you need to go. You can sell it.
You want to go to Europe with this? You want to go to Europe? We're going to go to Europe. You have anything else?
We don't have anything else.
Sure about that?
I'm positive. Did you guys get anything before we left? We don't have anything else.
I mean, they are ladies. So?
Thank you. Thank you so much. So we've made it through the border and we're now at the refugee camp. We could be here for years without ever knowing where we're going to go. Most refugees who come to a refugee camp can spend up to 5 to 10 years there and even longer. Out of the refugees who come to the refugee camp, less than 1% are actually placed in a country like the US or the EU, which accepts refugees.
This is Sarah with Dose of Diversity on Miko TV. Today we're here with two individuals. What is your name and your position?
Sneha Lakpati. I'm chairing the event this year.
Melissa Tubes, sharing the event with Sneha.
So, can you guys tell us a little bit about the event, about World Refugee Day, and what countries are represented here today?
So this is an international event. It's the 12th year we're hosting it in Houston, and it's to celebrate refugees. And we have countries that are represented. Okay, that's a lot. That's Cuba, Iraq, Iran,
Somalia.
Afghanistan, Somalia. We have Burma, which is Myanmar. We have Ethiopia, Eritrea, Syria.
So there's a lot of countries, right? And how many refugees do we have in Houston? About
Over 70,000.
Yes.
As of last year, over 70,000. So definitely more this year. And Houston receives the most amount of refugees in all of America.
all of America.
America receives the most number of refugees in the world.
In the world. Wow, that's pretty crazy. So tell us about the event. It's every year. This is your 12th year. Yeah.
Official day for World Refugee Day is June 20th, but we're hosting it the weekend before, and there are multiple events going on in Houston leading up to the day.
All right. Is there anything that our public should know about maybe helping the refugee community or what we can do to get involved?
This event is hosted by the Houston Refugee Consortium, which are 7 different organizations, and we're always looking for volunteers and mentors to help the refugees resettle into Houston.
And is there a website or a link that they can go to maybe volunteer?
So there are different agencies. You have Catholic Charities, you have Refugee Services of Texas, YMCA, Interfaith Ministries, BEI, Houston Community
They're all
College.
here today,
and
so we
Lions.
can.
They're all here, and we're working with the City of Houston and UNHCR in this event, for this event. So there are a lot of organizations, and you can reach out to any of us to help us.
What are some different ways that we can volunteer, or that people can volunteer? Teaching English.
Yeah.
Or
English, just helping out, going to their apartments and help them set up their apartments and everything, take them around the community, show them where everything is at.
We're helping children register
Yes.
for school as
Yeah.
well, and we take them to a lot of medical appointments
Right.
when they initially come, helping them get jobs.
All right, you guys, we're here today with, what's your name?
I'm Francesca,
Francesca. And who are you with?
the Tahiri Justice Center.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about the organization?
Our organization works with immigrant women and girls who are fleeing some sort of gender-based violence, either in their home country or here in the U.S. So once they're here in the U.S., they can seek our services out. We provide legal and social services for them and help them gain some sort of legal immigration status here in the U.S., and as well as connecting them to community resources to meet their basic needs.